So let me tell you a really cool story. So my little cousin has never been deer hunting, but for about the past 2 to 3 years, he has really asked me to go deer hunting. He even wrote a story a couple years ago for his school about how he wanted his cousin to take him deer hunting. And it just timing conflicts, whatnot, college, him in grade school and stuff like that. It just really hasn't worked out. But we made it work this time. And we got 2 days before the season's over, and I'm taking him today. We're gonna hope we see at least something. Could be a squirrel, could be a doe, could be the biggest buck in the state of South Carolina. I don't know. I'm kind of hoping for the last one because that would be a really cool story to tell. But really and truly, I just want him to get out there, get in the woods, and really experiencing it. And he knows that we're doing that. But what he doesn't know is that we're going to do something before it, and it's his choice. We're either going to go raccoon trapping or we're going to go fishing. We got a couple hours before we can get in the woods. He gets to choose which one we're going to do. This day is going to be all about him. This video is going to be all about him. This is his time to shine. I love taking new people out in the woods. It's probably my favorite thing about the outdoors now. You know, I've gotten to experience a lot of cool things, and I've got a lot of really cool things to experience still to come. But when it comes to, you know, bass fishing and deer hunting, I've done it a good many times, and I still get excited about it for myself, but I love taking new people out in the woods. Let's go meet up with him. Okay, so we got Jonathan now. Now, Jonathan, we got to go put deer corn out at the hunting spot before we ever get into the woods. We're not going to go into the woods till about 3 o'clock, okay? It's 1 o'clock. We got 2 options. We can either go back home and set raccoon traps, or we can go fishing at the pond that's right by the deer stand. Which one do you want to do? I got fishing rods, so let's go fishing. Okay, he says fishing. Let's go fishing. There's 50 pounds of corn. You get to carry it. I'm just kidding, we're gonna tag team this thing. That is way too much for one person to carry a 1/4 mile back in the woods with no buggy. Here we go. 1/4 mile trek back into the great beyond. So they've eaten all the corn since the last time I put it out here, but we're gonna hope that it is recent enough that they're at least gonna come back and check it out. We only got 2 days left of season, so we're just gonna go ahead and dump this whole bag. I'm gonna try and hunt today and tomorrow. Today's Jonathan's day to hunt. Tomorrow's my last chance. I already pulled a big 8 out of this spot, but I'm looking for some meat. I'm looking for a doe. Desperate times call for desperate measures. We got a lot of deer tracks all through here. They've absolutely tore up the ground. It's a really good sign. We got a shooting lane. Dead ahead's the tree stand. We're gonna be shooting towards where we're sitting right here, except we'll be over there and the deer should be right here. There's the water. This is our plan of attack. It's a short little curl-tail worm in plum color. So Jonathan, when the water's cold, the fish get really lethargic. And all that means is they don't like to move. They don't like to eat. They don't really like to do anything. Now they still will if you drag it right across their face. But if you're moving fast and you're jerking the bait and you're really fishing some high profile baits, a lot of times they're not gonna take them. What they're looking for right now is an easy and quick meal that they're not gonna have to waste much energy on, and that's because fish are cold-blooded. If the water's cold, the fish are cold. Fish don't wanna move. Their blood kind of gets thick. If it's hot, they're able to move, but if it's too hot, they get too hot, and once again, they're kind of back to their cold water state where they really don't want to move because they don't want to spend too much energy because it's hard to get that much energy back when it's really hot or when it's really cold. That's why 70 degrees is round about the perfect temperature for these fish. A little bit higher in the south, maybe more like 80, just where we are, but that's why we're fishing smaller baits, fishing finesse style, which is kind of small baits, fish slow, right in front of the fish face. Perfect. Have you heard finesse football? You play football? You got to finesse a pass in, something like that. We're doing the same thing with fish. Spot number 1 up on the dock did not pan out. What we've got here though is the honey hole. This is the spot. My friends and I have caught a total of 4 5-pounders out of this pond. Could have been the same fish a couple times. One of the fish my buddy had mounted, even though I'm a personal fan of reproduction fish. Plan to do a video on that later, but I know they could not have been the same fish every time because one of them has been taken out of the pond. But the other 3 times they've been safely released. And 3 out of the 4 times they have been caught right here on this point. You can't see it because it's the winter and the lily pads have kind of since died off or at least sunk back down into the pond. But there's a big point of lily pads, and big bass sit on the edge of those lily pads and wait for small little bait fish and bluegill and whatnot to come out and around, and they pop it. And their favorite bait that I've found is a standard old soft plastic worm. All I'm gonna do, take it up, right into the big gulp of throw it out into the lily pad. You gotta give me a little forewarning there, guy. Come on now, grab him, show me him off. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. High five. Come on. There you go. All right, I'll help you here. All right, Jonathan, tell me exactly how you did it here.
I just threw it out in the middle.
Use that slow pop routine? Nice. All right, so what you're gonna do is notice how red his lips are. All that means is he's been kind of eating on something hard, some crustaceans or something down there. Don't know if there's crawfish in here, honestly. We're gonna go to the edge of the pond right there, and you're just gonna dip him down into the water. Now hold the rod. There he goes. Awesome job, my man. So you're gonna outfish me when you hadn't fished in almost a year. That ain't right, Jonathan. That ain't right. I'm gonna have to one-up him. Fish on! I told you I was gonna one-up you, Jonathan. Actually, they're about the same size. But I'm using a lot lighter line than you. Oh, it's not. There we go. Yes, sir. Actually, it's not a bad fish for this pond. You know, I say we've caught a lot of 5-pounders out of here, and we have, but the bulk of the fish are smaller than this. But that is a beautiful winter bass right there. Ah, smells sweet. Don't you just love fishing? Guys, I cannot get enough of it. Woo-hoo. It was funny, I went fishing down at the beach the other day. One of the first times I've ever been surf fishing. While pond fishing, I always say when I get stuff on my, lure or whatever that, dang, seaweed. That time it was legit seaweed. Okay, so, but nonetheless, we changed up, at least I did. We went to a beetle spin. It's just a normal chartreuse or yellow or whatever this is. This is really more like a yellow than a chartreuse. Beetle spin, they cost like 25 cents down at the Walmart or CVS or wherever you want to go buy one. They're sold everywhere. I plan on doing a video specifically on them because really and truly, if you're getting into fishing, that might be the best lure that you can possibly buy. Best bang for your buck, and it catches fish just like that. Doing this. All right, so Jonathan, I want your honest opinions going into this deer hunt. What are you thinking you're gonna see? What are you hoping you're gonna see? And what are you most excited about?
Oh, what am I thinking I'm gonna see?
Yeah, what you think you're gonna see?
Probably a doe.
A doe? Okay, okay. You know does usually travel in pairs, right? Or more. Cool, all right. What are you hoping you're gonna see?
Buck.
Buck? What kind of buck? You had to picture a perfect buck. Jonathan's buck. What's Jonathan's buck look like? No idea, okay. That's awesome, that's cool, that's cool. Hey, first time, guys. You don't know what you're gonna see till you get up in a tree. What are you most excited about, though? Last thing. And then I'll stop interrogating you and probably scaring you.
Hunting.
Hunting? Okay, he's excited about, that's what we like to hear. That's what we like to hear. So we got the 708 rigged up. We're going back to where we dumped corn. I think we got pretty good odds to at least see something. It's about 3 o'clock. We're gonna have a 3-hour sit. Sundown is officially over at about 6 o'clock. So 3-hour sit, never know what you're gonna see. So in the past couple times that I've hunted here, we've had deer come from 2 spots. They'll either come straight out of the swamp and kind of the wooded area that's directly in front of us, or behind us. There's a big clearing, and there's a lot of deer tracks running on that game trail back there. I've seen a lot of does come from that spot. The bucks that I've seen have come from that spot. What I'm saying is, we have no idea where these deer are gonna come from. If I had to put money on one spot, I'm taking back there. Where are you taking, Jonathan? Where are you thinking they're coming from? Are they gonna come from in front of us or behind us? Probably behind us. Behind us, okay. If they come behind us, it's pretty simple. You just sit still, don't move, and hope they don't wind you. The problem is, The wind is in our face. It's a very light wind. It's not like last time where we had swirling wind and like everything was against us. This time, it's a very slight breeze, but it's in our face, which is a problem if they come from behind. So we're getting into prime time, which is going to be right around 5 to 5:30. That's our perfect slot where I think we're really going to see some deer if they decide to come out today. Technically, in the state of South Carolina, sundown being at 5:26, we can shoot until 6:26. The thing is, though, I'm not going to shoot if I can't see, which really puts our deadline at like 5:45 to 5:50, about 15 to 20 minutes after official sundown. That's as late as we can go, but I think our delicate prime time that we're looking at is going to be right at about 5 to 5:30, which is in approximately 15 minutes. Okay, so it got really cold really quick. We did not see any deer. I will say, right beside the stand that we were sitting in, I'd say not 20-30 yards away, I think a deer winded us. It was about 30 minutes before we finally pulled out, right around sundown. I heard a loud crash, like something was turning tail and getting out of there. The wind, it was coming from the direction that I kind of said we didn't need it to come by because of the wind. So I really think it was a deer. Could have been a dog or something big, but it was definitely bigger than a squirrel. We don't have pigs out here. The coyotes wouldn't have been moving quite yet from what I've seen. I think it was a deer right on top of us. It winded us, pulled out. What you gonna do? You can't win that. Now, Jonathan, I got one question for you here. So you've been squirrel hunting with me and you've seen me kill a squirrel, and we've tried to get you to kill a squirrel and you've shot and missed one, okay? You've shot at some doves, and now you've been deer hunting with me. So you've been squirrel, deer, and dove. What can you say so far has been your favorite? And it's okay if it's not deer, because deer's not per se my favorite.
I like hunting dove.
You like dove hunting? Okay, see, that's my favorite. I want to go duck hunting, but dove hunting right now is the top. Did you at least have fun today?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. We're going to get you out next season. How about that? Cool. Y'all, it's a couple days later, and that was an awesome experience. Maybe this is a wake-up call for y'all to take somebody new who's never really been fishing, never really been hunting, out in the woods, out on the water, and let them just experience. Think about all the amazing things the woods and the water have done for you, and then you get to share that with somebody. That's really freaking cool if you ask me. We're gonna end the video here though, y'all. We got one more deer hunting video coming up. It's the end of South Carolina deer season now, but I filmed one more video before we called it quits. Did we get anything? Did we not? You gotta watch and see. But I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and if you would, like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Share it with your buddies. Just so you know, if you comment and you interact a lot of times I give you a shout out. And let me tell you, I also comment back to anybody who comments. I answer every single comment. Just lay off the hard language. We don't do that here. Come on now, y'all. But I will see y'all on the next one. You'll see me one more time in a deer stand. We got one more deer head cleaning video, and then who knows what the next will hold. Thanks for watching, y'all. SC Tradition signing out.